Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Susan, and on behalf of MH Service, thank you all for joining us today. At MH Service, our mission is to empower digital investigations with reliable and innovative technologies and solutions while keeping you up to date with the latest advancements from the best in the industry. Today's session has been organized in collaboration with our good partner, Cellebrite, and will explore how AI is reshaping the future of digital investigations. We are pleased to have a distinguished lineup of speakers joining us today. To start, we have Ari Bendayan. He's a sales director, EMEA, and he'll provide the opening remarks and introduction about Cellebrite portfolio and product launches. And then we'll be joined by Joel Gomez. He's the solution engineer at Cellebrite, and he will walk us through the CFID. Following that, we'll have Eviatar Ramot. He's the head of AI Innovation Center at Cellebrite, and he will introduce Cellebrite Genesis, including a live demonstration. And then following that, we will hear the closing remarks from our COO, Muhammad Awadallah. And at the end, we will move into a live Q&A session. So we encourage you to submit your questions in the chat throughout the webinar, and we will address them at the end. Thank you again for joining us today. I will now hand over to Ari. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Suzanne. Thank you
Thank
all
you.
for joining this webinar. And I would like again to thank you, our partner, MH, for organizing this webinar. So we will start with a brief presentation of Cellebrite. I guess most of you know Cellebrite, but Cellebrite is evolving on a daily basis with new stuff, new people, new technologies. So I will give you a brief about the current situation of Cellebrite, and then we will have a global overview of our solution. And we will spend most of the time in presenting our new AI solution, which will be launched very soon in the market. And also some few minutes about also recent acquisition of Cellebrite for drones forensics. So my colleague Joel will present you briefly the drone forensic solution that Cellebrite is offering today. Okay. Of course, feel free to ask a question in the chat, and we will try to answer at the end of the webinar. So regarding Cellebrite, we have been dedicated to digital investigation since 1999. And over that time, we have supported more than 7,000 agencies worldwide across 140 countries. Just to give you an idea, in 2025 alone, our technology has supported over 2 million cases. Okay, so that kind of scale doesn't happen without trust and without result. So behind the platform of Cellebrite and the solution, we are more than 1,200 employees, among them 400 engineers. And we are investing on a yearly basis more than $100 million in R&D and substantial investment for the past 2 to 3 years in AI, of course, in cloud solution. So you will see the impact of that investment today with the demo of Genesis, which is a game-changing AI digital investigation platform. You will see this presentation with my colleague Eviatar. Regarding the UAE, so we have been proud to serve the UAE market for many years, partnering closely with MH to ensure that our top-tier governmental customer receives the best possible service in the market. Okay. So regarding the solution who we are serving, our main customer are from the public sector. So when I say public sector, We are talking about governmental agencies, law enforcement organization, police organization, defense and intelligence. And we do have also some activities with the private sector. But when I say private, I mean large institution like large financial institution, auditing companies, etc. Regarding the solution, as you all know Cellebrite for phone access, phone data collection, extraction, but it's not only about phones. We are collecting data from additional sources, of course, computers, drone, crypto, apps, from the open web as well. Okay, and then we have our solution for different sources, different type of investigation. So you all know Insight, which is the main solution for phone access and data collection. But on top of that, we have a new solution like CFeed you will see today, Guardian, which is an evidence management platform, and AI also solution, Pathfinder, which probably some of you are already using for analytics. Corellium, hopefully to be soon proposed also to the UAE, and Genesis, the new AI solution, which you will see in a few minutes. On top of all our solution, we are also offering a layer of service, which include, of course, implementation, deployment, support on site, remote support, but also training, a very wide portfolio of training. You are all invited to visit our website, Cellebrite Training, and you will see that we are offering training and certification for all the topics that we discuss, for mobile forensics, computer forensics, for analytics. So you will find a lot of training to fit every need. Okay. So now, before we are moving to Genesis, I would like to spend a few minutes about CFeed. CFeed is a new solution that is proposed by Cellebrite also in the UAE for drones forensic. As a matter of fact, Cellebrite has acquired recently a company and a technology for drones forensic, and now this technology will be implemented into Cellebrite portfolio. So just to give you a brief about solution, my colleague Joel will introduce you this solution, and this solution will be available for sales in the UAE from next week. So it's already in our catalog. Joel, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Harry. Okay, so CFeed. Good morning, all. My name is Joel Gomez. I'm a sales solution engineer at Cellebrite since 7 years now. And before that, I was in the French gendarmerie, 35 years on the French gendarmerie, and last 15 years on the National Lab, doing extraction of phones with Cellebrite solutions. So let's talk about drones now. So CFeed, covert forensic imaging device. This new solution is for drones. You know that drones are everywhere now. In the defense and intelligence, you have many drones. You know many wars now in the world. So you know that drones are many present on the battlefield. Also with law enforcement, because sometimes you have some drones on some crime investigation. You find drones on investigations, and also on jails. We have, for example, in France, we have 2 or 3 drones every day that combating smuggling on jails in France. So we have many problems with jails and drones on France. So continue now the next slide. This is the solution. So this solution is very new, very simple, and it's a portable solution. You just have this box. You connect everything on this box, and you can extract information from drones. So the mission is in your pocket. You have just a backpack. This this box with all those cables. So, you have a little briefcase, you can put everything inside, and you can do drones extraction. But not only drones. If you find some SIM card, it's possible also to do with CFeed, and also SD card. If you find an SD card somewhere or an SD card on the drones, you can extract also this information with the CFeed. So small package, small box, everything on the box, and the extraction you will see now in this video. This extraction is very, very simple. You will see an extraction. Here we have DG drones. We just we start the drones now. The drone is on. You connect the drones to the box like this. An automatic dictation starts, and you're ready. Okay, you select the source, the destination, continue, yes, and that's all. You just have to wait now the extraction. So now the box extracts every information from the memory on the drones and copy directly on the CFeed box. So at the end, you have everything on this little box. Next slide, please. You have everything on this little box, and everything is on the box. If you want to see all the extraction, etc., you can connect this box to your Android phone, start the CFeed application, and you can see all the flights directly on your smartphone. Coming soon, so this year we will deploy a new version 4 with more power, more CPU, more RAM, more space, disk space, with USB 3, a larger battery, simultaneous extraction also. So it will be for this year, before the end of this year, you will have this new box. And with this new box, you can see everything on this box. Extraction, you can see all the data on the box with this box. You have maps, everything on the box. So it would be the next version. So CFeed, it's a portable stuff. You have everything on the little briefcase. You connect the drones to the box. You start the extraction. That's all. That's all. So if you have any question about CFeed, you have the Q&A box. You can here put your question. I will be happy to answer if you have more questions.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you very much. So let's continue now with the purpose of our webinar, which is Genesis. As I said, a game changer today in digital investigation. You can, while you will see the demo and the presentation by Eviatar, you can imagine and compare what you are doing today to what you are going to do tomorrow. And you will see it's a total different game. So Eviatar, I will let you share your screen and switch to Genesis.
Yes, please. Thank you, Arye.
Thank you, Eviatar.
And good morning, everyone. I'll start sharing, first of all, a few slides just explaining what Genesis is, the value proposition, and what we see from the early customers already using it. And then we will move to the live demo and allow you to see what it is and what it looks like, what it can do. Let's start with what it is. So with Genesis, what our vision is and what we're trying to do is to create a completely new platform that is from day one relying on the latest AI, Gen AI capabilities. So instead of, while we're investing in other products in introducing more AI capabilities, in parallel, what we're trying to do is to create something that is completely new. And from day one, it's built on the right technology stack to be able to leverage the latest AI technologies. And what we've been able to do in a relatively short time has been really encouraging in terms of what we actually see in terms of the reaction we get from those customers who are already using it. The vision of Genesis is to help people turn complex digital evidence into intelligence and do it fast. Right? We all know how much the volume of data is increasing, constantly, but not just the volume, also the complexity. Right? We all need to be all of a sudden experts in mobile forensics and in cryptocurrency and in OSINT and CDR analysis, and it's just impossible for human beings to keep up with the space. But with Gen AI, what we see in terms of the potential is huge in terms of being able to go over all of your evidence, right? No human being can do this in a reasonable time. Do it fast, do it accurately, and across multiple devices, but also multiple sources. And we'll show the different data sources that this product supports. Things like QFDR reports, which is obviously coming from us. This is something we heavily invest in. But other formats, CDRs, the call data records from the telecommunication companies, documents, images, a lot of media files, and we will see it soon. On the right-hand side, you can see the interface. I will do the live demo soon so you can actually see it and how it performs. But essentially, think about it as the perfect chat AI assistant for investigations. What's important to remember is that it's not only for phones. We start from the phone extractions. This is something we know we need to be the best in the world at. There's no question, right? When it comes to AI analysis of mobile evidence, we have to be the best. We believe we are the best, and no other solution in the market currently comes anywhere near what we can do. Again, because of the advantage we have, we are very familiar, very intimate with this data, the structure and what it includes and how to understand it, which is where the secret sauce is, right? Teaching the AI a lot about mobile forensics so that the interpretation of what's in the device is accurate and not just letting the AI randomly do what it does. So we invest a lot in that aspect. We support portable case, which is the format from other vendors, documents. If you have any investigative data in one of those formats, we will support it. If it's a CDR or financial transaction activities in Excel spreadsheets, we'll support it. If it's a PowerPoint presentation, Word documents, anything in PDF, just put it in there and it will be handled by the system. And then when it comes to the media side, images as well as video and audio, we support I don't know, a couple of dozens at least of formats. And if there's a need to add more, then we can certainly do it. So think about it as the repository, the place where you basically any digital file that you want to understand, analyze, ask questions about, you can do it all together as part of one case. No longer need to jump between, okay, here I'm analyzing my mobile forensics data, here I'm doing some media analysis, in another tool I'm doing the CDR. No, we want you to put everything in one case, and then the correlations between the different data sources will also happen in the same platform. Where it can help. So in many different ways. So what we're seeing in real life, and we have about 300 customers in early access already telling us this. The flexibility of the system is really where the power is at, right? You can do so many different things with it. But what we see is long audio file review. Instead of listening to hours and hours of audio recordings, people just upload it and start asking questions to understand if there's anything interesting in this. If there is, okay, then you can go and review and validate and do whatever you need to do. But this saves an incredible amount of time. Video review, review of data from multiple sources at once. So we spoke about, multiple devices is the easy one, right? So you say, okay, I have a case with 5, 10, 20 UFDRs, whatever it is. I want to look at all of them together because they're all part of the same case. You can do that, but then you can also add multiple sources beyond mobile forensics, which is then becoming even more powerful. Translation and multilingual investigations. So 120 languages are supported, and here I want to emphasize how powerful it is. Because when we say it supports 120 plus languages, it has two different meanings. One is within the evidence itself. If anything is in a foreign language, it will be translated, right? So automatically, as part of the processing of the data, we run translation. And so anything in any one of the 120 languages which covers, I'll say, anything that is of significant relevance, then it is already translated. So translation is built in. The other nice thing is you can actually interact with the system in one of those 120 languages. So if you want to ask questions in Arabic because this is your native language and you feel more comfortable doing it, just ask the question in Arabic and you will get all the responses translated into Arabic as well. So it has two different meanings, but from a language translation point of view, it really is changing the way we used to think about languages and translation. Backlogged or under-reviewed cases. If you have cases that you don't have time for because they're not important or they're just in the backlog, all of a sudden in 5 minutes you can understand if you have something here or you want to skip this one. I'll give you one example. One of our customers in the US had a minor case of a gang that was stealing, it's interesting, used oil from restaurants. Why? Because they can then sell it somewhere else. It's not say a very significant crime for them and something that they would never investigate because they don't have the time for it. All of a sudden they said, you know what? I have some evidence. I have a phone extraction. I'll put it in Genesis, and within 10 minutes they had everything they needed for this case to move it forward. And then they said, you know what? Otherwise, we will never have the time to do it. Cases with no phone data, again, whatever you have in one of the supported formats, put it in there and ask your questions, and it will help you speed up the case significantly. Time window isolation during an incident. So if there's anything that's very urgent, again, you need quick responses because there's a live event going on or something that is very time sensitive. This is your answer. Instead of spending hours on manual review, ask the questions. Within minutes, you're getting what you need in order to assess the situation. Cold cases, if you have them, cases that you tried to solve in the past again and again with no success, let the AI go over it again and point to possible leads to take you maybe in a new direction or give you a new lead for this investigation.
Aviatar, I would like just to emphasize the importance of the translation. As a matter of fact, in the UAE, we have so many languages, okay? People coming from all around the world, and language is a big challenge for investigation. So, yeah, it's really important to understand that it doesn't matter the language. So if you have audio, video file, exchanges in different languages, all will be automatically translated. The context will be fully understood for you, okay? No matter the language. Generally, when you have to translate to make first a speech to text, then translation, you have to use additional solution, third-party platform. Now everything is built into this platform. Okay, so this is really important considering the challenge in the UAE where we have so many languages in one country. Okay.
Yeah, and to that point, it will be translated, whether that's text, video, audio, whatever it is, OCR. So if you have handwritten notes in whatever language, the OCR will work and translate it as well and make it available. So we see some examples. Again, I don't want to spend too much time here, but we see theft ring. This is the one I mentioned about the oil theft. Again, 5-10 minutes instead of hours or days, just push the case along. A shooting incident. This was immediate actionable findings for a live event from Instagram returns. So this shows you it's not just the phone extraction, but actually the cloud vendors sending information, and then this is processed in Genesis. A WhatsApp video of an execution, which they were able to find in 2 minutes. They were looking for evidence about a homicide. Someone killed somebody, found it in 2 minutes. Jail calls, again, hours and hours of those audio files have been reviewed. And then a couple of child exploitation cases where they were able to identify victims very, very, very quickly. Again, this is something that they may have been able to do manually, but it would have taken another 2 or 3 weeks instead of minutes. And then lastly, how to treat it. Think of it as your assistant, right? It never needs to rest. It never is tired or sick, right? So this is the nice thing about AI. But think of it as like your investigative assistant or an analyst. It's helpful, it's fast, it's an expert in so many different things. But of course, the work still needs to be reviewed, questioned, confirmed, right? So when it comes to AI, we always recommend to treat it with a certain level of cautious when it comes to, okay, these are the results or the analysis or the conclusions that it brought me, but now, there's a whole process of validation that needs to then happen. I will now share the screen for the application itself so we can take a look at what it looks like. All right, okay. You should be able to see it now, right? Aria? Yeah, good. Okay.
Yes.
So this is the interface. It's a browser-based solution. As you can see, the interface is very similar to what we all know from ChatGPT or from Gemini or Claude or every one of us with the assistant of choice. And I say this as on purpose. This is something that we really try to do to make the product as easy to use as possible and as simple to use as possible. The feedback we're getting from customers is, well, you know what, I'm an expert, but a lot of the people on my agency are not experts. They don't have the technical skills. But with this product, they're actually able to hit the ground running and just start using it with no training, no explanations. We just send them the invite, they log in, and they understand what to do. So this is really the purpose here in terms of how we built this product, is to really reflect what we know from other experiences in our day-to-day lives and bring it to this world, again, with the aim of making it simple and easy to use. Think of it as almost like an empowerment for investigators, right? If until now each investigator had to learn so many different tools, how to work with them, how to analyze, where to go to view different things. Here, everything happens within the same interface in a very easy to use way using plain language. All you have to do is ask your investigative questions and let the system do the work for you. When you log in, this is what you see. In order to create a case, again, we try to make the whole journey very, very easy. There's a case management function here. All you have to do is create a case, give it a name, and then we're not going to do it now, but essentially drag and drop your files here or click to upload it. Will open the folder for you. Just select the files and it will be processed for you and ready for you to ask your questions. Again, you can always see the supported file formats. I covered it in the presentation, but just to show you that it appears here in the application itself as well. So you can always see if you want to upload a specific file, is it supported or not. So we keep this here in the application to help the users understand what they can upload and create a case. A case can be anything. A case can be one phone extraction. A case can be several phone extractions. A case can be a bulk of documents that you want to analyze. And it can be anything in between, any mix of what I just mentioned, phones with other data, just phones, whatever it is, whatever the mix that you're trying to do. The logic should be which data belong to the same case or the same task that I have or the same mission that I have that I want to look at together as part of the same case and the same analysis. Beyond that, it's completely flexible in terms of how you build it. Once it is ready, once you uploaded the files, you will be able to find it here. So these are my available cases. If I select one with 3 UFDRs, for example, in this case, it's 3 devices. I can always select which files I want to ask the question about. Sometimes the default you will see is to ask about all of them. But sometimes I have 100 files in one case, and maybe this question I only want to look at a couple of them because this is what I'm interested in. So you have that flexibility to say which files you want to ask your question about. I will now go and select one iPhone just to show you how it works, give you the feel of what it looks like and what the performance is and how you can easily just ask whatever you want. So once I selected the case, I have the complete freedom to ask whatever I want. All I have to do is type it in. In this case, this device was from a real case that was about a drug investigation. in which someone overdosed from drugs and died, and then the whole investigation began. And so here I'll start by asking who is the device owner, right? So we have two suggested questions here. I'll ask who it is because we know often people need to attribute a device to somebody. And so here what you will see now, when we ask a question, so we treat every question as a task. And so the task for the agent now is to go and find the answer to this question. What will happen with each question is that the whole agentic framework that we have will start working. And this agentic framework includes several AI agents. The first one is a classification agent that verifies that the user asked an investigative question. Why? Because we don't want this system, it's a powerful system, we don't want it to be used for other things, right? So if I will ask, can you write code for a new application for me? It will not give you the answer. So first of all, it will identify that the question is an investigation question. Then, oh, it's finished, so I'll just open it again. The orchestrator agent will coordinate the request. It will understand what it needs to do in order to give you the best answer possible, and then give you a quick explanation of what it's going to do, how long it's going to take approximately, and we'll start activating investigator agents. So for this question right now, you can see there's one investigator agent. It's a relatively simple question. It's not so broad, it's not so big, it's very direct. And so one investigator agent was enough. You will see that for more complex questions, all of a sudden you see 3, 4, 5 investigator agents all working in parallel. And this agentic layer is really the difference between someone just taking a UFDR and running the LLM on it and us really investing in getting the most accurate possible answer from the UFDRs, right? So those agents are specialized. They've been equipped with context. They have tools they can use. Sometimes you will see the agents running SQLite queries to get to the bottom of what we are asking, right? So they're really, really powerful. And because we run them in parallel, each one of them can focus on specific parts of this extraction in this case, and then work in parallel to give you the most robust and accurate response. The last two ones are a verification agent, validating that the response is accurate and actually answers the question, because prompting is important. Whatever you ask, this is what the system will try to make sure that we answer, right? So you will see maybe my next question is going to be, has this device owner been addicted to drugs? Now, it's a very specific question. I'm asking about addiction. I'm not asking about general use of drugs, right? So you will see it will try to really answer what I'm asking. And then lastly, formatting agent will organize everything, put everything together into one coherent response. So going back, the question was, who is the device owner? What you will see is you immediately get a good paragraph summarizing the response. And it has identified the device owner, and this is, by the way, the right answer. We know from the name of the device. And so it gives us this summary of information about the name, the phone number, different things that it can find about this person to verify that this is the owner of this device. Then what will happen is it will detail the different artifacts that it is based on, right? So it will break down this summary, which just gives you the general answer into different parts. And for each one of those, you will see a source. So for example, contact information, you will actually see the source. And for every source we have here, we will provide you the ability to see it on the right pane, so that everything we show you is based on what we can get from the phone, right? This is another one. Katie Constantino, right? This is the display name here of the Facebook Messenger app, right? So these are different artifacts that show you that this is the same person. We also provide the user with the ability to see correlations, a confidence assessment, which gives you an overall confidence assessment In this case, it's high, but it also gives you the reasoning why the system believes this is high confidence. And it's not always high. Sometimes it will be medium, and it will tell you it is medium because there's an indication of something, but I can't be 100% sure, and maybe you need to investigate more. Then the next recommended action is something we use to help users think about what the next step should be. Now, this is not something that we enforce them to use or ask them to use. It's just another idea of what the next action may be. And we actually see a lot of users using it. All they have to do is press this button and it will happen for them, right? So when you click it, it just goes and does the next recommended action for you. Now I will go maybe to ask what I mentioned before about drug addiction. So I'm asking, was she addicted again? And that's the exact question. Was she addicted to drugs or other illegal substances? Now what will happen is, you see, this should take approximately up to 1.5 minutes. So it's longer than the previous question because it's a more complex one, and actually it involves a lot of different data types. So when you ask about device ownership, the system knows, okay, to prove that someone is the owner of this device, I'm going to the accounts, I'm going to the device name, I'm going to very specific places. When we ask something like drug addiction, there are multiple ways in which you can analyze whether someone has been addicted to drugs. I'll give you a few examples. One is messages, right? You have to go over the messages to see if there are any mentions. Emails, social media, but also search history, right? To see if someone was searching for things related to drug addiction. It can be calendar events. So if someone has a meeting of anonymous addicted group meeting, then this is an indication. So you can see here the orchestrator agent now is operating 4 different agents to go across everything, right? So the first one, search all communications, right? For mentions of all those things. This is what the first one is doing. The second one will search web history. Oh, sorry, it's finished. So let's just go back. Web history, bookmarks, search queries for drugs names, narcotics, addiction recovery, or drugs, whatever. Another one will search for photos of or media files showing drugs, signs of substance use, and so on. And the fourth one will look at search notes, calendar entries, financial payment, and data related to drugs and purchases to show all of those things. So this is done now, as well as the verification and the formatting already done. And so again, within maybe a minute, we see again the summary. She struggled with severe addiction to multiple substances, including heroin, prescription narcotics, prescription drugs, alcohol, all those things. In the artifact details, it now tells me there's self-admission and creative reflection. So she was actually talking about her addiction and how she struggled with it. And you can start now seeing the really interesting content from the device, which is things like this. This is a text message, so you can see it here: pills, coke, alcohol, stimulants. There's some image that it says is interesting because it reflects something related to drug use. If I go down, so there's substance use and procurement. Evidence of active use is prominent. She admitted to being high, blah, 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 right? So you can see, first of all, more messages, but also some search history. So she was looking to what happens when you take heroin, for example, right? So it starts showing this pattern now. This is an interesting one because I know this case already, so I know it is interesting. But you can see this media file that it was able to find, and here I want to stop and explain how powerful this is. This is an image. First of all, you see the quality is not very good, but anyway, it's on the device. The AI was able to look at it, run the OCR, understand that there is prescription drugs here. That may be interesting for my case. Now, why this is so powerful because if you're using any traditional tool and you run media categorization to look for drugs, you are never finding this because it's just a screenshot or some document that someone took a picture of. You will just scroll and never stop to look at it because you're looking for drugs. This is not what you're looking for. But here the AI was actually able to do this reasoning and say, this is maybe interesting to this investigation because we are investigating substance abuse. Now, for each image, like I said, we run a lot of analysis on the media. So in this case, you will see the media summary. For each and every media file, sorry, you will see a summary of what it is and how the AI actually interprets what's in it. Here, it will tell you it's a prescription summary with patient information, a table detailing the drugs, quantities, and dates, right? There are a few more. So this is an image of actual pills that was on the device. There's another image that's showing this hand holding more pills. Recovery effects. So we can see before and after kind of images, right? And even an audio file that is 6 minutes long. We can listen to it, but really we don't need to because we have a summary, right? So this is all being transcribed and summarized as part of the pre-processing analysis. And so in this case, you can decide whether or not you want to listen for the 6-minute audio recording or whether it's not even important to you. So you have a summary here, but you also have the full transcription. So if you want to go line by line, word by word, it will show it to you.
Sorry, Aviatar, sorry for interruption. Please write your questions. I see someone was raising hand. Please write your questions down and we will answer them at the end. Thank you so much.
Yes. Maybe one last, I know we're almost at time and I want to leave time for questions. You will see the questions here at the bottom. They keep updating based on the questions that the user is asking. So the system will constantly recommend new questions. And then lastly, we are also giving users the ability to visualize whatever they're getting. So they can turn everything into a timeline view. They can turn it into context view, which I will show now, or a mind map. So mind map will help you understand the different branches of the investigation where you want to focus on. I will use the context view now, and while it will work, I will explain what it is. What we do for visualization is, again, this is our mission is to innovate with AI. So the visualization here is really about leveraging the generative AI image creation capabilities. So we use the Nano Banana model for this one. What we're trying to do here with the context view is to tell the system, listen, there's a whole conversation here. In this session, I asked questions, I'm getting responses. There's a lot of information. I want to visualize it. And so here we give the AI some freedom to say, okay, create some kind of a visual that will help me summarize what I have so far, right? So this is the aim of this. It may take some time just to create this image, but essentially this is what we're trying to do. And the same with timeline. The timeline widget will simply create a timeline image with the AI actually creating it, but with clear instructions in terms of how to build the timelines in a good way. So here it's been pretty quick. So you can see what I got, right? So I asked, and I will expand it now. I asked it to create some kind of a visual based on what I asked. Now I asked, very, very broad questions about addiction and recovery, but it was able to actually give me a lot more. So you can see here, this part is the drug-related activity and purchases, right? So we have the prescription pills misuse, we have heroin use, and we have acquisitions and terms related to acquisition of drugs. Addiction support and recovery is another section that deals with the addiction and support and everything that has to do with their hair addiction and rehabilitation efforts. Financial payment, app data, right? Funding, financial constraints, and then some more data about locations, it looks like. So every time it will be a little different, but it will, sorry, continue to analyze or try to analyze in the best way the context of the conversation. Muhammad Ari, I think we want to leave time for questions, or do we have time for one more?
I can't see any questions until now. Someone is raising a hand. I inform everyone that we are in listen-only mode, and they have to type the questions.
Yeah, so maybe one last thing. I did prepare this in advance so that I can copy and paste even in Arabic and see if it will give me the response. So you can see, first of all, it understood what to do, and it's already giving me the explanation of what the agents are doing in Arabic. Maybe for now I will stop sharing just to make sure that we can answer the questions, and then I will once the system will finish, I will reshare it so we can take a look at.
Thank you, Aviatar, for
But
this good
so,
presentation.
yeah.
Thank you so much for Cellebrite team and for the attendees as well. I just want to highlight a few points. Cellebrite is providing an end-to-end platform for investigation, all type of evidences. They have a wide range of products, including mobile, computer, all type of drones now as well. And on the top of that, the Genesis, the AI one. So it's they're covering everything related to the investigation, and they have also the Pathfinder. It's a very intelligent system with the new updates coming. It's really fantastic one. I just want to highlight as well. We can give you a demo access, especially customized one for Genesis. If you are interested to test the solution, please be in touch with us, contact us, and we'll give you the access to the system to test it. We will be on ISNR next week in Abu Dhabi with Cellebrite. So you are welcome to visit our booth, and I will just share the screen to show you our location next week on ISNR. So we are here, as you see, just share. So we are here, very close to the Cybersecurity Council. So the ISNR will be from Tuesday to Thursday next week in Abu Dhabi. And Cellebrite team will be happy to explain and show you a short demo about Genesis platform. So would like as well to go quickly through our products, our homepage, where we publish every week the news related to forensics as well the events. So please visit our homepage, be updated about the upcoming events, about the news related to forensics as well. Globally, we have the homepage related to the HQ in Germany and as well the Dubai homepage. As well, we publish videos related to forensics, related to new products on our homepage and on our YouTube channel. So as well, quickly, if you still see my screen.
Yes, we
I
see
need to
it.
yes. So that's who we are quickly. So we provide end-to-end devices and tools related to forensics, along with Cellebrite tools related to equipment, field-based equipment, and as well lab-based equipment, servers, workstations, portable equipment related to the field acquisition. So please feel free to contact us if you have any requirements or any questions. That's it from my side. Cellebrite team, Aryeh, Joel, do you want to add something?
Eviatar, just if you want to share the last search that you made in Arabic. So as Eviatar said, it does not matter the language. You can input in every language any questions, and automatically Genesis will reply in the same language. So it's also
even if you start with a different
yeah.
language and then transition to a different one and go back, it will be flexible, right? So and it was able to answer the question I asked if there are any images related to drugs, so it was able to surface the relevant ones that we know of. We've seen it before, but I just asked it to show you the capability of the translation. And again, remember the content itself is also translated. So if there are chats in whatever language, it will be supported.
So yes, that's a very good for UAE environment, because in Dubai or in UAE we have 200 nationalities, different languages. If you catch a phone, you will struggle just to switch to the right language. So it's one button click to solve the case, as we saw in the demo what Aviator done. It's a great tool. Please feel free to, if you need a special demo, we can give you access hosted in the cloud, and you can just try it.
Thank you very much, Mohamed, for organizing this webinar. Of course, you are all invited, even after this webinar, to ask questions, to send an email to our partner, to MH, and we will be pleased to answer. And next week, hopefully, looking forward to meeting you in ISNR from Tuesday to Thursday, or if you need to have also a face-to-face meeting in your facilities, also it will be possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone, and have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.